Hello, everybody! Duckyworth here, and I am here for my next live film reaction. And this is yet another entry in the I only saw this film once, and it was many years ago, and have just decided to watch it again now that I have Disney Plus. And it is the 1961 Disney film 101 Dalmatians. Yes, I only saw this for the first time a couple of years ago, and it was one that I was aware of when I was younger, but I never saw it all the way through when I was a child. So I didn't grow up with this, but when I saw it, I remember thinking it wasn't my favourite Disney film, but I did still really like it. I did still think it was fun. Cruella de is a really great villain, and she is pretty larger than life and has a lot of funny and threatening moments, and of course it has a lot of the moments with the Dalmatians themselves, and of course as a dog lover myself, the film is very cute from what I can remember. And just got a little bit of trivia on the film here. It's only the second Disney film to be set unambiguously in a contemporary time period, with the first one being Dumbo, and it was the first one to use how do you pronounce this? Xerography? Xerography, I think was how you pronounce this, to ease the inking process and make a film with this much technical complexity possible. I've heard that Walt Disney also decided to do this after Sleeping Beauty bombed at the box office, so to cut down on costs. Unfortunately, financial setbacks at the studio, especially in the wake of Walt Disney's death in 1966, made the process the norm, and the technique, now dubbed Disney's scratchy outline period, plagues the studio's features for 16 years until technical improvements have allowed for softer xeroxing on the rescuers. Although the original children's novel is far less remembered than the Walt Disney movie based on it, and the book had a sequel too, this is one of the most faithful adaptations Disney has ever done. So it's an interesting little bit of a trivia there. And I heard that Disney himself didn't like, because he always liked classical, like romantic art styles. He didn't really like the graphic look that the Xeroxing had, and yeah, he said he only did it to cut costs after Sleeping Beauty bombed. And this film is the last one for Disney animator Mark Davis, one of the nine old men, and the animator for Cruella de Vil, as he would be moved over to Disney's Imagineering department after his failed pitch for an adaptation of Chanticleer, which would unfortunately turn into something like a Rockadoodle many years later with questionable results, where he'd find greater success, greater, a bit of a typo on TV tropes here, success in helping to develop some of Disneyland's most beloved rides, such as the Haunted Mansion. And as you can imagine, this film made Dalmatians much more popular, and as a result, obviously, demand jumped up. But sadly, like many fad animals, several were abandoned months later, aided by the fact that Dalmatians are very high maintenance dogs that many owners aren't prepared to deal with. And that is why you don't adopt pets solely based on the fact that they were in a film, especially if you don't do the research to try to look up how to look after them properly. But okay, onto the film now that I've done a little bit of trivia for the day. I think one thing that I really remember from this film, as well as Cruella, Jasper, they were I really like the villains, and a lot of the things in it. I think was he Sergeant Tibbs? I think the character is the cat that helps him out at one point. I do really appreciate that. Unfortunately, it is a little bit of a pitfall that some films that revolve around dogs, they obviously make the cats evil. They just make them evil just because they're cats. But I do like how what I can remember, I do like how this cat character, it doesn't gets treated with more respect. So that is something that I give this film a fair bit of credit for. So okay, so here we go. I've got it on Disney Plus here, and I'm just going to click play. 3, 2, 1, play. I don't know why I say play, because it usually takes time for it to like buffer or something just before that, but contains tobacco. There we go. Here we go. Play. God, this just makes me think. It's like, especially when it comes to like, they were trying to cut costs with this, but with how many spots, obviously, because the Dalmatians have, how difficult must it have been for them to animate that many spots on them? I mean, it's difficult for me just to draw just like lots of spots on character designs, full stop. But the main thing that I remember related to this film, I like the more like obviously because it's like contemporary. I like a little more jazz theme that music that this film has. The main thing I know the 101 Dalmatians for is Kingdom Hearts 1, because the main thing I remember is like the side quest when you had to go around all the worlds and you had to just like save all the Dalmatian puppies and reunite them with Pongo and Perdita. That was really cute. Some of this reminds me of the animation and some of like the music. It reminds me of that one section in Fantasia 2000, the Rhapsody in Blue segment. That's one of my favourites. I think. I like the Mickey Mousing effects there, and this is pretty clever. How he used with spots like on. Actually, you know what? Some of this music reminds me a little bit of bit based on the book by Dodie Smith. It reminds me a bit of Ratatouille, like some of the music a little bit. Ah, okay, it was a bit bright flash there. And of course, you can't think about this film without Cruella de because she's obviously like one of the best parts of it. Yeah, but this film does have like a very it does. It reminds me a lot of like London art that came out around about this time. The art style, the art style in this. And it reminds me a little bit of Has anyone ever seen okay, I'm going to get pretty obscure now. Has anyone ever watched Mr. Ben of 1970s children's cartoon? Some of the art style in this reminds me a little bit of that. I do like this how it frames it like you're thinking that it's the guy there, Roger, talking, but it turns out to be a Pongo. I like the art style in this. It doesn't. It honestly doesn't look. I think it was in. I remember when I saw The Rescuers and like a Robin Hood, if I remember correctly. I think it looked a bit more scratchy. Like you could see more of the like the line art. I saw a little bit of it there, like in that one frame there, the scratchy parts. This is exactly how a lot of how a lot a lot of people see this. They're the pets of their dogs. Unless give it like 40 or so years, and the dog and the human forms of beauty will mix together. I like this how the dogs look like the owners. And I like them more like, and I like the look. I like some more angular designs in some of them. Oh god damn, Pongo, you're a bit savage there. So nope. Ah, with the classic squiggle fashion there. Oh god, Pongo. Even looking at the little kid and thinking of that was a bit. She looks a bit like in animated Mary Poppins. Nice wallpaper. I like a. I mean, it's a bit messy, but I do like. I get the feeling that if Murphy wanted to do that so that we could take him walkies, he'd do that all the time, just change the clock so that it's close to the time. I heard that as far as like Disney sequels go, I heard that no, I think Patch's London Adventure, I think that's the name of it. I heard that actually supposed to be one of the better Disney direct video sequels, if I remember correctly. Might watch that at some point. Now Murphy would never be able to walk like this. I mean, obviously Pongo's on a mission to find a Roger the special someone, but Murphy that's more like Murphy, the little dog that just barks at everyone just passing by. And considering the low budget, it's still like really fluid. So like the animation here, like on a Roger, like walking like that. I remember the last Litterbug. I've always liked how they like they humanize like the dogs, but without it being like uncanny, like the Alpha and Omega films. But I think always get like a good balance. I like the texture of that tree there. Oh. I like that. You can tell it's I think I can tell it's the actor voicing Pongo during some of those bits, making dog noises. Just tackling him. I like that pout there. She's very confident to keep Perdita off the lead like that. I'll just say. Yeah, nice one, Pongo. Truly the most romantic gesture. Handkerchiefs. Yeah, but it works. I went from having an argument with you for loving you in a split second over handkerchiefs. I don't know. I just thought that's always just a bit of a. I always thought that was a little bit of a strange bit, like just some of the like the pacing there, just like the jumping from that to this. I mean, it's cute. Don't get me wrong, but no, I don't know. I wonder how much that new coat cost to fix, replace rather. Oh, Nanny! I remember Nanny. She was one that I really liked her. I wonder if they gained inspiration from Mrs. Potts from her. Oh yes, I could do with a cup of tea myself. Something about that looks funny, like that the lampshade there. That looks a bit square there with just the outline of it. It reminds me of like a sponge. I'm sure like a SpongeBob episodes that did that. It just fits. I don't know. It seems a bit strange, but it fits the aesthetic well. Oh, here she comes. Here comes Cruella Deville. Now, considering the fact that she's evil, imagine how stupid it would have been if they tried to make her the heroine of something and tried to frame someone who wanted to cut up Dalmatians into fur coats, trying to make her someone that we need to follow in a film. Wouldn't that be stupid? Oh wait, they did it in 2021, didn't we? What an entrance! Just the door open on Nanny. God, look at those cheekbones. You could cut cheese with them. Yeah. How do you make green smoke? What kind of a cigarette is that anyway? God, I just like a design. It's just like you have all this fur, and then you just have just like the sticks coming out. Wouldn't I be the best person for you to follow and try to sympathise with in a live action remake? Oh no, wait, that would be stupid, wouldn't it? Although we animated dancing. Yeah. Ugh. And she just puts the ash into it. Darling! Got like evil rarity. Well, he can certainly imitate a walk like that, can't he? Yeah, why is it that she forced her way into their house, I think, and is it that is it? I can't remember. Isn't it very like the like on hard times? And it's like she says that that's the only way you can make money is by selling me puppies or something. Because I can't really think of any way that they'd want to willingly talk to her. Hmm. Hmm. Cute. The voice actress for Perdita. Hang on, let me just have a look up. What was her name? Kate Bauer. I think that's what else did she do? Uh, she was in. Oh, she was in Lady and the Tramp. Who was she in Lady and the Tramp? I think. Oh no, is it just no? It's just coming up for 101 Dalmatians as a related search. I was just trying to look that there. I like how it did that. Pongo jumping up into Roger's arms there. I remember a bit of a bit of a bit of a funny ah bit of a funnier fact here. Before I saw this film for the first time, I thought the 101 Dalmatians were all going to be Peditas, and that was a bit of a okay. Oh. I mean, I thought that was a little bit of a stranger thought to have, but I just remember thinking about that. God, I just love like the slow reaction, the expressions there, like whether Pongo's looking to see if one of his puppies is still alive, like how they do like a just there isn't much movement. I just love that bit there. God, careful with your hand there. I mean, I've never seen. Oh, I mean, I've never been to anything where puppies are born, but you need to be careful if you rub your hand on it to warm get it to warm the puppy up to try to get the puppy to wake up, but you just need to be careful with that, not to press down too hard. Oh, oh, God, her eyes there. How perfectly ew. Ew. Why didn't you lock the door? If you don't want her to get in, then why didn't you just lock the door? Unless you broke in. Oh, there we go. There we go. The strap for money. Oh, God, I'm giving it a stink eye. I mean, I know all that she wants is. I mean, she's a horrible, horrible woman who's going to make like fur coats out of her. Going to make fur coats, but it's just like how determined she gets to take the puppies away from him that makes her threatening. And of course, her actress is having a lot of fun with it as well. Betty Lou Gerson, that's it. Just like her neck. Oh, well, she's stronger than she looks if she can just slam the glass out shut like that. Oh, she was the narrator in a Cinderella. I mean, I know I'm not narrating that too much, but it's just like I know that obviously it's not one of my favorite Disney films, but it is still really cute. Like I think a lot of the appeal to it is just like how cute it is. Oh yeah, and I remember the sequel. The sequel revolves around the star of that Thunderbolt thing, if I remember correctly. It's on the TV here. And I think it involves around him, like the one with the patch eye. I like that. How they animated Pongo's his the folds of his skin like going over his head when he gets squashed down. Yeah, because Patch is like the most spirited one. Yellow yellow livered. That's not that bad of them. I mean, maybe in the 60s it was that bad of a swear word, but it's not that bad, especially not nowadays. Ah, yes, the fat one always talks about how he likes to eat. Timeless joke, classic. Ha 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 ha. Is that Pete's voice actor? That guy sounds a lot like Pete. Um, the guy who plays the bandit there. Yes, we get it. You're hungry. Stop beating the tired joke into the ground. Yeah, that's definitely a 60s advert, especially after some of the. Oh. They have to have had, like, if they animated, like, the dogs this well, they have to. Stop saying that! They have to have had a. They had to have had, like, a dogs of their own for them to be able to animate them this well. I like that how the announcer for the Canine Crunchy is there, how he seemed to just like be shocked that the TV was getting turned off as well. Oh, here they are, Horace and Jasper. I remember these two as well. I remember these two being pretty funny. God, if Cruella's got cheeks that can cut cheese, then Horace and Jasper have got noses that can pretty much do the same thing. God, look at them. It's like Squidward's nose got lifted upright. You've got the what for this job? In 2021, that word has got a very different meaning for what you think it does, mate. The knob for the job. God, a lot of the characters in this have like really spindly legs, don't they? Well, apart from Horace there. I wonder if Edgar hung out with Horace and Jasper, and this is where he got the inspiration, and this is where he got the inspiration to kidnap the Dalmatian puppies here. Look at Horace's face. Electico. Oh, his face. Oof. Oh God, she's standing up to those two. She's pretty tough. Long-legged lummox. Oof. I wonder if I gained inspiration from the weasels, from Ichabod and Mr. Toad for the animation on that there. Oof. I like this. I like this. It's like they're comedic henchmen, but they're competent. I like how they wrote them. It reminds me of like a Fidget in that regard. It's like he has comedic moments as well, but it can be pretty threatening when he wants to. I think we need the car scene too, though. Oh, this looks exactly like the street that Roquefort ran down to try and find a Duchess and the kittens. Oof. Oh God. Oh, what a vision she is. Speaking of Aristocats, I think this film has much better pacing than Aristocats now that I think about it. It definitely knows how to keep the story going. Oh God, that is a cool phone. The devil on it. And I heard that I know I know that there's similarities to like Madame Medusa. I heard that Madame Medusa was originally going to be Cruella. Gosh, she looks like a chimp. Just with ears and with cheekbones like that. Darling. That face. Oof. Is it that she has them under their thumb or something, and that's why they got into that situation in the first place? Oh, okay. So Scotland Yard already tried to look into her and they couldn't find any proof for it. Yeah, but I mean, the moment that they had Ponga and Perdita, and I imagine that's when Cruella started taking interest in them. Why did they want to do business with her in the first place? I mean, if you saw her like storming into her house and saying that she wants to see her dogs, I wouldn't let her. Oh yes, the Twilight Bark. Murphy couldn't do the Twilight Bark. Yeah, he wouldn't be able to do this at all. He just bark that nonsense. I still really like this concept of a Twilight Bark, like all the dogs just like barking to each other. News. Oh well. Oh yeah, you never know. Murphy could have been trying to do the Twilight Bark all along, and we were just stopping him. I like how I mean I know it's sort of have a look in real life, but I love how they do like Great Danes, like how big their jowls are. Okay, that is very accurate. The tiny dog is like jumping up and down, trying to know what's going on. And I will say, I'd much rather have instead of them just two dogs just like going over and over again trying to. I mean, Aristocats it like has like funny moments, but it still seems like it still sort of seems like some of the scenes like go on for a bit long. Oh hey, it's a oh what's his name? The one from Lady Matrampa. It's been ages since I've seen that, but I do recognise him. Wait, what is going on with that clock? That clock had a really big... Oh, yeah, there's some more of a Lady and the Tramp characters there. Peg, that's it, Peg. That's the name of the single one. I can't remember. Oh, it's supposed to be Neon Lights. Okay. I can't remember. Lady and the Tramp is a film I haven't seen in ages. We humans just don't get it. Dogs are trying to convey like really important messages with that, so we just didn't know it all along. Oh hey, it's the farm with Oh hey, it's the farm with the two dogs who like stealing Edgar's shoes. And there's where Edgar fell into the river once. I like that canal boat. Oh yeah, and that's him. Judging by those ears, he looks like a... Hopefully this goose here doesn't come across her drunk uncle. I can't remember his name. Is there just way of a clear throat? I swear that's the same guy that reminds me of like the Walrus. Major General Smedley, the Ninth Queen's Royal Lancers. That's it, Sergeant Tibbs. I like it. I like him, Tibbs. And I like how it's like with his voice. They make him like a on edge, but they don't make him like a overly like a high pitched. I like how he has a dignity to his performance there, Tibbs. There's some sort of fog. That's whatever I can hear with dogs with that much fur, like covering their eyes. You can't see anything. You got way too much fur covering you. That bark sounds exactly like Maddie's bark used to. Make it more higher pitched, and that would be Murphy. I know that obviously, like Disney sometimes like recycled animation, like the '60s and the '70s, but then I can often see more of it in this, like with some of the dog designs and like some of the locales, just like in the farm and such. This looks a lot like some of the ones about using them Aristocats. 15. Good on you, Tibbs. And again, I like that they don't make him just like oh, but sir, don't you think we should do it again and making him just like annoying. Hell Hall. What a name for a place there. for Cruella's place. Oh gosh. Looks like she got inspiration from the Addams Family for actually Addams Family. Yeah, Addams Family was before this, so 30 years or so before this. Just how fluffy he is when he's walking. He looks like Gurgi if he was an actual dog. Oh gosh. Who voiced Sergeant Tibbs anyway? I just need to have a look. David Frankham. Did he do anyone else? Oh gosh, this place looks a bit more like I keep looking at this. I keep expecting the Beast to like a storm out saying, "You can't come in the West Wing." Oof. Oh, he's still alive. David Frankham. I don't think he did any other Disney films. Oh yeah, she's been like buying all those puppies from all around England. It looks like. Oh dear, that looks like a blackface flowers there. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to show that Disney short on a TV nowadays, judging by the flower designs were. Oh, this is very fitting because I took up darts recently as well today as well. uh, Jasper doing the darts there. And who voiced Horace and Jasper? I see that there's a lot of Pat O'Malley and Frederick Wall. Oh yeah, nice. That's going to be a rather. I just love how they play off each other. I see a lot of It's like in a lot of like animation. There always seems to be like Oh, he was Colonel and Colonel Haffey, J. Pat O'Malley, and he was in all the Walrus and the Pot Carpenter characters. Oh yeah, you're gonna get a hairball there. Oh, and he was a Cyril in Ichabod and Mr. Toad as well, and Buzzy in the Jungle Book. Oof. Oh yeah, he's a. Yeah, they may be funny, but they're still pretty threatening there. Anyway, it seems to be like in anime in some films. It's like there always seems to be a fat guy and a skinny guy who are both thugs. They were clearly inspired by Horace and Jasper, I'd say. Frederick Warlock. That's it. That's the voice actor. Voice actor's name. I didn't get all of it the first time. Bless me. God, I love all how like how they've done like the fog here. All you need to do is get Toby on the case, and he'll be able to help you with this. Gosh, how tiring would that be? Just running all that way. I mean, how long would that take? Oh yeah, running so far that there's snow now. Is that the same van that Thomas O'Malley had jumped on at one point? Because that looks a bit familiar. There's something about the way that Disney films may do snow here. I've always liked this effect. The way that they do like the wind and snow. I mean, when it comes to this film, I mean, I think it's like when it comes to like how I think about this film as a whole. I mean, I can't really. I think it's like apart from like the villains, I can't remember that much about like many of the other characters. But I mean, the lengths we're going to save their children. I mean, that's really commendable. I will say that in their defence. Speaking of Cyril Proudbottom, he looks a lot like Cyril, that horse there. That cigar looked like it's been bitten off. The one that one Jasper's got in his mouth there. Yeah, once again, wouldn't it be stupid if they tried making her a character that we wanted to watch throughout the whole thing, and they tried painting some stupid reason as to why she wants to make a oh poison trying to bash me in the head. Got any chloroform? Either. Oh, but if you see the live action film, it's okay. She has a perfectly good and not stupid reason to not to kill Dalmatians. Yeah, remember that. The stupid reason that they tried throwing in that she wanted to do it in the first place, and it didn't excuse what she does in the slightest. Oh god, that's quite a slam there. What is that anyway? Why did he have a chain on his on his? That looks like some kind of a game show where it's like they're prisoners and we're trying to answer questions to be able to get off. It looks like he was writing perjury. Oh, he wasn't. Oh, okay. I don't know what show that was supposed to be, but good on you, Tibbs. Oh, he is a criminal. What a weird game show that would be. Is this a real thing, or is this supposed to be a parody? Got a lot of characters that got big noses in this. She's got very tiny eyes. She's got a very tinier face for a head, just looking at the design there. Aww. Oh, come on, kid, you idiot. Oh, looky there. Oh, well, at least he's not just saying, I'm hungry, give me something to eat over and over again. Face on that guy. Oh. Ugh. Oh. It's funny, but it's messed up at the same time. They're both like arguing over who gets to kill them. This looks like the place. This looks like it might have been like the place that was Shining. No, not Shining. Oh. Okay, this is genuinely threatening here, his face here, and where he just walks up to them with the poker behind his back. No, it looks like the place from Psycho. I think. Oh, now he's going into the West Wing, and now he's going to come across a rose, and Beast is going to come and skin him. Oof. Tibbs is like the one guy who always does everything right, but is just happy to get things done, just as even if he doesn't get credit for it. What's the name of that sound there? That always appears in like Disney films. That that one's always holding him up. I like how it did like that body language there with like the extreme body language with more of the over the top character designs in this. Oh hey, you actually reckon? Yeah, that there, that. What's the sound of that? That appears in a lot of their. That appears in a lot of their films. Oh hey, and he's actually able to figure out that it's for Pongos, even though he can't get everything else right. Pingo. No, you're thinking about the Pingu character. It's not time to reenact Bambi. Oh. I'm to the lighting. Oh God, I love how they gave him like more. Oh God, that's cool. That is how they animated the That looks a lot like a Sword of Stone when that one guy got hit on the head. Anyway, I like how they like when Pongo and Perdita were like a snarling at them, how they made them look more realistic there. It reminded me of like that one scene in Fox and the Hound when Todd and Copper are going at each other. Hell hath no fury like two dog parents scorned. Oof. Ouch. Yeah, that reminds me a lot of Edgar, that there with the braces being pulled off. Ah, my biscuits are burning! Okay, how is this house not completely and utterly collapsed yet? With how much they just keep ramming into the walls like that. Parents of the Year. I'll send him to Timbuktu if it's the last thing I do. Ah. And of course, all the scenes with Pongo, Perdita, and puppies is always really adorable. I always love that. Ah. We got more important things to think about, Rolly. Okay, whenever he moves, you can definitely see more of like the scratchy animation there on it, the Colonel there. And the perfect person to follow in okay, I know I keep going on with that joke, but I still can't believe that they made that film and tried to do certain things in it. Oh, and there's another thing that I heard about in that live action film. What happened with there's a reveal about Pongo and Perdita's relation that is pretty uncomfortable to think about. I like how they do his saluting with his paw there. Okay, I'll give you this, Jasper. That's a pretty accurate depiction of his design there. Barking haystack. I like that there with a Fire 1 and Fire 2. He uses ears there to like imitate like firing them off like that. I wonder if Horace and Jasper ever wash, because like just judging by them, they look like they've always been stuck in dirt. Just judging by the designs there, like the colours there. You don't know dogs. They're smart, they're more crafty than you think. Yeah, I can definitely see some more of like the issues that are coming in here. I mean, of course, when you saw like the the 99 puppies just earlier, how difficult this must have been to animate all of them, even if it was just like a copying and pasting, like a what a. I mean, if it was today, it'd be easier to do. But back in 1961, it would be very difficult to put that many. And this is why you don't give Yzma's cousin a driving license. Did they always have those ear flaps? Oh no, they probably have them in a probably change. Watch your driving. Oh god, I remember this. I remember this bit. The driving scene, like how insane Cruella gets during this. These are some pretty resilient puppies. If they can keep going through the snow, just like in the ice and the wind like this. Ah. And I can use my nose drippings as a pair of chopsticks. Oh, hey, it's Lassie. Or a relative. God, I love how they animated that there, that dog there. God, if this was me, I would not be able to walk this long in the snow like that. God, yeah, a collie it would be the perfect dog to huddle up with in the cold. I've always thought that about those type of dogs, mate. They always look like. God, I love how they did like the facial design there on a collie there, like of expressions. God, oh, his voice actor sounds familiar, the collie. Okay, considering the fact that everybody else is saying that they're hungry, I'll give Rolly a credit here. Apart from him just saying it every other sentence. This just reminds me of that one scene from. This just reminds me of that one scene from Animal Farm when. Oof, ouch. That looks like it hurt a little bit. Anyway, that reminds me of Animal Farm from that one bit when the pigs milk the cows, which always gave me the thought that the pigs themselves were drinking from a cow udder. That is a very dignified dog, and his voice actor certainly did a good job with that character there. You only just met them. Well, there's only 15 minutes left in the film, so it can't be that long. And what I was trying to say is, I know that they're nice and the puppies are nice, but it's like you've only just met them. You just say you'd wish you could have them there forever, even though they've only been there for like 5 minutes. I like the music here. At this bit when I'm trying to get home. Oh God, here she comes. I think this is the bit with that I remember. Get out of the way before Roo-Doo-Doo comes along. Oh, clever, clever dog Pongo. God, she just looks like a huge lump just with a tiny head poking out. God, this looks a lot like places I've been on holiday. Like a lot of these old timey British villages. Always very cozy. God, I like something about like the scratchy art design. I like how some of the backgrounds look here as well. Like, there's still quite a lot of detail with them. Oh God. I just noticed that her headlights look like they're always perpetually frowning at whoever looks at the car. God, yeah, that. Oh, with a facial expression there, with Pongo there, that looks a lot like Roger there. Oh, that's a bit odd the way that his anyway, the way that he says I wish I could. Dad wants, but now that's an idea. It sounded like it cut off a bit at the end there. Rolly's always the one that's Rolly's always the one that's getting in trouble. Oh, mad is definitely an apt description for her. Oh, the moment that Horace gets a clever thought there, Jasper thinks he's being an idiot again. Well, that's one way to describe it. Better get your makeup on. God, just I get the feeling that I get the feeling that Betty Lou Gerson just how much she was screeching, just like all of her lines. I bet she must have been having a lot of fun with that, just like every single line of hers. God, how many times are you in donuts around that monument? If you fitted like a 99 puppies in the back of a lorry like there, wouldn't you notice like the weight difference? And where are the people in the village anyway? Seeing them just like sneaking around, just like a breaking into places. Oh, yeah. Oh, what happened to the animation on the wheels all of a sudden? Uh, yeah, if she was staring at me, I'd be freezing up too. Mother Nature, why do you smite me? Anyway, some of the animation on like Corella's card, like on like the front of a Corella's car there, it looks a bit different, like the patterns. Oh, and the good Labrador. Oh, okay. It's been building up a lot, but I think here it comes. The bit with the Cruella chasing after him in the car. Oof. Now that looks a lot like the brother of the guy that. Oof. Well, crazy's one way to describe her there. I love this. I was fighting not to get forced off a road there. Yeah, that bit when the car like crashed into the snow, that looks a bit strange. I wonder what they did for like a. That almost looks like it was a live action, superimposed on the animation there. Oh God, her eyes. Oh, she's burning rubber. Jeez. I wonder whether they gave themselves nightmares or had too much fun, like drawing like the detail on her expression there. Uh, on Cruella's better when she was like driving around, and I love how they did like all the fur coat just like flying about in the wind as they go around. As she goes around the corners. She may be skin and bones, but she's certainly got a lot of resilience to be able to survive like a car crash like that, just flying into the ravine. Shut up. That's Roger Ratcliffe. He just woke up from a nightmare that she would become like a main character in a film that was haphazardly handled for a second there. Oh, we just think we just ran away. Oh, Christmas. Well, this is This is oddly fitting for watching this film now. You know, she looks a bit like if you mix together all three of the fairy godmothers of the fairy of the good fairies from Sleeping Beauty all into one character. That's what she looks like. Ah, better keep an eye on Rolly because he seems to be a bit of a handful. Ugh. Well, there goes all of their money for looking after all 101 of them. How this? I've seen people with like 5 dogs or like a cat people. How can they manage to like walk around the houses with that many? Yeah. If Perdita had like another almost 100, then I don't think she would look as prim as she does if she had like 101 Dalmatians. Oh, we're gonna get a bigger house. Okay. It is a little bit. Oh, enough with that joke. It wasn't funny the first 5 times. So it's not working again. I mean, I know back when this film came out. Oh, sorry. It is a really a lot of cute moments like this. Oh, what was with that one puppy there? That looks a bit like a Winnie the Pooh with only 2 dots just there. I think I need to see like the sequel, the Disney sequel at one point because I think that's on Disney Plus as well. I still think I've heard that was one of like one of the better ones from what I can remember. So that was 101 Dalmatians. I'm sorry if my narration during it was a bit like a slow or there were big bits when I wasn't like saying anything about it. I mean, fortunately, it's not the slowest paced film that I've seen, but it is really cute. There are a lot of like cute moments. Obviously, Pongo and Perdita, and it's like that as strange as it was that one bit at the beginning when I don't know. I've always thought that was a little bit odd. Just like Pongo like gets Roger and Anita together. I always thought that was a bit odd. Like you get them wet, you like ruin her you ruin her new coat, and then they start bonding over handkerchiefs. I don't know. It's a bit of a stranger. I mean, I've heard of stranger things for people to get smitten with each other over, but I don't know. I just always thought that was a little bit peculiar. But it is still it is sweet. It is very sweet. I mean, I know that when it was like that one joke with Rolly just constantly saying things like him getting hungry. I mean, not this isn't against this film in particular. I mean, maybe in like the 60s that joke wasn't as beaten into the ground as it is now. But it is always just a little bit of a lazy joke when you say, "Oh, this character is fat," and we're constantly talking about wanting to eat. Isn't that just hilarious if that's the only character trait that they have? And it also doesn't help that Rolly was constantly trying getting him in trouble. It's like he was trying to it's not his fault, but I mean he was always just like either falling out from a bridge or getting stuck or or just being like one of the ones like the ones that almost got left behind. So that was just something that was a little bit weird for me. And I think maybe that would have been like I mean, obviously with the runtime that the film had, they wouldn't have been able to like fit that in, especially like with the 15 puppies. But it's like you have like some basic character traits with like Lucky trying to get in front of a TV. You have what was the one that was Penny, the name of one of them. Freckles was another. You had Rolly, and Patch is obviously the one that was the was like seemingly the most adventurous, like one of them, and was more into like a Thunderbolts stories. But it's like Roger, Anita, Pongo, and Perdita. It's like they're not the most fleshed out characters, but and Nanny, but they are nice enough to follow. They're sympathetic enough, and I mean, I just think that. Maybe as someone who just likes a family, like parent child interactions, I think that's one thing that I think that's one reason why I've heard that the direct-to-video sequel is like was supposed to be one of the better ones, because it like focuses more on the relationship between like Patch and like the parents, if that's one thing, because he feels like he's just one of 101, and he's just thinking that he's not that special if he's just like lost among all the other puppies. So I can see why that would be. It's one of the direct-to-video sequels where I can really see why they would want to make it. It doesn't seem as stupidly conceived as something like, say, Belle's Magical World or Hunchback of Notre Dame 2. I can easily say. And when it comes to like all the other dogs, it's like even if it does go on for a little bit, like that bit there. I mean, that was fun. That was still fun. That bit with like all the dogs doing the Twilight bark. But obviously, out of the heroes, I think obviously Sergeant Tibbs. I think he's easily like my favourite character. Like obviously with his vocal performance, like doing good, and of course not being a really really good example of not being like a cat character in a dog centric film that where the cat, it's like, you know, it's like it's nearly always that the cat's always like the bully or being mean or just being like the villain just for the sake of being a cat. But I do like how with Sergeant Tibbs they avoided that, and it's like he's just doing all he can to like protect the puppies until they can get away, and he can't catch a break for a lot of things, but he's still willing to just like help fight off Horace and Jasper. So I like him. He's probably my favourite character, and of course Roger's Cruella de Vil song is a lot of fun. I think it's interesting that it's like for the time period of the Disney films, this is one of only I mean I can't out of like the films that came out around this time, there was only like 2 songs in this, which is a bit interesting for the films at the time, because often they had like a lot more. But Cruella de Vil, that's obviously one of a really catchy, and there's a reason why it's a really well remembered song. But of course, when it comes to my favourite characters in the whole things, it's obviously the show stealers are obviously Horace, Jasper, and of course Cruella de Vil. They are a lot of fun, like to watch, just like with how much they ham it up, and they manage to be, even though Cruella de Vil isn't on screen for very long, she still has like the amount of energy that she has and how over the top she gets, even when it comes to her threatening to skin animals to make a fur coat, and she's yelling, poison him, drown him, bash him in the head, have you got any chloroform? It's like the amount of energy that she puts into it. She's both terrifying, irredeemable with how into it she gets into wanting to make fur coats, but she's also hilarious at the same time with like, she's this stick figure surrounded by a whole load of fur just around her, trying to make herself look grandiose and flamboyant and really regal, but instead she just ends up making herself look a bit like a lot like a menace. She has a phone that has the devil's face on it. I mean, she has a taste, but definitely knows what to do to make herself noticed, be it making nightmare faces while driving along trying to kill an innocent guy just because they're innocent puppies just to try and get a coat, or and Horace and Jasper, they obviously, I like the dynamic, and they also, but I get a lot of fun like watching them as well from their very first scene, like all the way through. And once again, how stupid would it have been if I tried to make Cruella de Vil the so-called, or they tried to make her like a heroine of something, trying to make her like the main character, trying to paint it as like sympathetic, that she wanted to skin puppies into coats, or give her some stupid like backstory that would make it so that it completely overlooks every single bad thing that she's done. That sounds like another Disney villain that was beloved that came out at the same time that had some really misguided live action reboots coming out that completely miss the point of their characters. Wouldn't that be stupid? Oh wait, it actually happened, didn't it? I don't know, live action remakes. But at least we still have the originals to enjoy, even if we have that rubbish coming out. That I'm not sure whether I'll be watching either of the Maleficent films or Cruella for live reactions, but given what happened the last time I tried watching, I tried looking up clips of like a live action remake for a Disney film, I don't have that much interest in I don't have that much interest in watching them. Probably not, but maybe I might check it out in the future. But I don't feel that it would be a positive one from what I can imagine from the track record that a lot of them have. And what else is there? The animation. I mean, I know that a lot of people thought that. I know that obviously when it comes to like a lot of the settings, like in a Sleeping Beauty, they had like more of a romantic like feel to them, like with they look more like a stained glass window settings in that film, and obviously it has a very different feel from the Disney films that came before it. But I still like a lot of the animation, and you can't see too much of like any of the scratchiness in this. I feel that would, or like any more of a like recycled animation that would come up in like some of the other Disney films that come around this time. And I don't blame Disney around the time for it, because obviously around this time there would be like box office bombs, and like they had to balance the books. But there isn't too much of like the scratchiness, and I like the character design, just like obviously with the expressions that they have. I feel they did a good job like making mirroring like the human reactions of like Roger and Anita with Pongo and Fedita, with everything going on, and especially with like some of Pongo's facial expressions there, they were a lot of fun to see. And I did like a lot of the background designs, a lot of like the London settings, and like the British countryside. I liked a lot of that. Even if some of like that snow effect when Cruella de Vil like drove into the snow and she was trying to get back up and she was trying to get back up like the cliffside there. That looks a bit strange, but still I liked a lot of the animation with it. And maybe when it comes to like the pacing of it, there was some bits that went on for a bit like the Twilight Bark, and once a set, and again like I couldn't react for a whole lot of it, but it's still it gets from scene to scene like suitably quickly. I think it's not taking too long to get through certain parts, and I think and once again I think it is a very, very cute film, and I did have a lot of fun. It is fun watching it, and I think it is. I'm happy that I got to see it again. Especially now that we have Murphy, so I can appreciate the film a little bit more, and I can see well, I mean, I had Maddie, so I had a lot of experience with a lot of canine reactions to a lot of things. So I get the feeling that I wonder how Maddie and Murphy would react with the Dalmatians in this. Probably not very well, because they weren't very good with dogs, and if they ever heard the Twilight Bark, they'd probably yelling, shut up at them or something, knowing them. Or they'd just be yelling, yeah, look, yeah, I can bark too. I don't know what you're barking about, but I can bark at you as well. That's probably how they would react to that. So, what Disney film will I be reacting to next? Oh, well, I think it's going to be another Disney film that is going to be one that I haven't seen all the way through. I've never ever seen it before. Unfortunately, I don't think it's on. Unfortunately, I don't think it's on Disney Plus. But I think there should be somewhere that I can see it, and it is the Brave Little Toaster. Yes, I've never seen that film before, funnily enough, and even though I am aware with how dark and how messed up a lot of the bits get, and yes, I have heard of how infamous it is, and also how some of the sequels get for like how crazy they can get. I've never seen the Brave Little Toaster, so that'll be something that'll be interesting for me to have a reaction to. And I have found a website where I can where I can watch it. So I would like to watch that for my next live reaction. So I'll let you know when I get ready to record that, and I shall prepare myself for extremely messed up visuals and extremely dark stuff, judging from what I've heard about that film, because it does get pretty messed up from what I heard. Okay, so I'll just prepare myself for that. But I hope you enjoyed my live reaction to 101 Dalmatians here. I'm sorry if some of it was getting a bit slow, like some of my reactions to some parts, but I hope you enjoyed it. So I'll see you all next time, folks, and talk to you later. Duckyworth out. Bye, everyone.